Have a look right now in our KCRA3 weather, I-80 at Kingville, and you can see some precipitation there coming down in front of the camera. Chain controls in effect right now. And we've got them east of Kingville at Donner Lake and west of Donner Lake to Rainbow. That was just put into effect right now. Let's take a look at the snow that we're seeing fall right now with meteorologist Dirk Verdorn. Seeing a few flakes, yeah? Yeah,
there are. It's very light though right now in the Sierra, but things are expected to pick up as we go through the day today. Right now you can see just the light showers as they work their way up the west slope of the Sierra and on into the east side. Again, not much in the way of accumulation expected. We're also seeing some scattered showers here along the northern coast of California. A bit of rain around Eureka, but that quickly turns to snow as you work your way up in elevation. Don't have to go far. You get that transition into some snow. We've had some scattered showers near Santa Cruz and Monterey. Now you can see that, again, making its way more towards the southern or central portion of the coastal mountains. And then again, right around Lake Tahoe, we are seeing some light snow flurries. Most of that's just kind of spilling over the top of the Sierra there, the crest of the Sierra, and you can see that visibility is cut away because of the snow that's falling on the west shore of Lake Tahoe. So let's take a look at the snow timeline. And what I picked was Auburn because that's going to be my representative place of elevations between about 1,000 and 1,500 feet. And this is what we can expect as we go through the noon hour. Snow level sitting at about 1,100 feet. We'll be climbing up to about 1,300 feet as we go through tonight. As far as amounts of snow, it's going to be very limited. We're looking at possibly a trace or so that will be developing by later on this afternoon as we start seeing some showers pop up in the valley and into the foothills. That's going to change as we go through Thursday. Still showery, nothing too organized yet, but we will start seeing a little bit more. At least there's the potential for seeing a little bit more snow. Low snow levels Thursday morning. Could see snow levels down to about 500 feet, then climbing to about 1,000 feet as we go through the afternoon on Thursday. And then by the evening, we're looking at snow levels around 1,500 feet. But this is when we start seeing better accumulations of an inch through the night, an inch into the morning, and we could see up to 2 inches through the afternoon. So that's what we're looking at as far as amounts. We could see anywhere from 2 to over 6 inches of snowfall in elevations that are between about 1,000 to 1,500 feet, Lisa.
All right, Dirk, thank you. With this latest round of wet weather, warming centers and programs are opening tonight in Sacramento County. An overnight warming shelter is open at 28th and R Streets. About 60 people can stay there overnight if they need a place to stay. Spokesperson for the county says they've learned that they have to move quick when winter weather is in the forecast.
We want people to know that there are options, but there are people who need to be reached through this program that are too vulnerable to, try to weather it themselves. And so our outreach navigators know those people, and they specifically go out and make contact with them during these really cold spells.
City of Sacramento is also activating weather shelter operations at its Outreach and Engagement Center and the North 5th Street Shelter lobby. Those are slated to be open through Sunday morning for anyone who needs it. To the Bay Area now, which is still suffering some power outages after yesterday's high winds. This is a live look at PG&E's outage map, and you can see the areas that are highlighted there where they have some power outages. At one point, nearly 17,000 customers were impacted. They were second only to the peninsula, which had 32,000 customers impacted yesterday. Amanda Del Castillo has a look at the conditions across the area.
Strong winds across the South Bay, snapping trees, bringing down wires, causing widespread power outages. Reasons why PG&E considered it one of the hardest hit areas Tuesday. This scene along Sherman Street in San Jose mirrored many others across the region. Residents with growing concern over the day's powerful wind gusts.
Excuse me, I'm a little nervous standing out here.
Diane Chermak has lived in the area for almost 20 years and says trees don't normally come down during high wind events. Now, the added danger of downed wires next door is causing more worry.
These old Victorians, the wood is so old, if there's a spark, that's what really worries me. So we'll be vigilant.
Elsewhere, the evening commute through city streets interrupted by the loss of power. Along northbound 87 before 280, a tree stopped traffic in the right lane. At 7th and Keys, a large branch fell across several wires. San Jose Fire on scene.
Our predictions show that we could see gusts of about 40 to 55 miles per hour due to this wind event, and certainly more to come during the week with precipitation and low snow.
In downtown San Jose, see empty outdoor seating areas, but plenty of foot traffic.
We were going for it no matter what.
Livermore resident Troy Lewis says he dressed in layers to attend a concert at the SAP Center, strategic about his parking plans.
We parked in the parking structure, but we're ready. I'm figuring it's going to be bad tonight with the wind. Trees may be coming down.
Not far behind, Santa Cruz resident Nikki O'Hara and her friend Mary covered up to brave the weather conditions.
I see a beanie on you. I see
gloves. I have gloves.
We are ready.
Gloves.
Tuesday's wind surge coming roughly 7 weeks since historic storms hit the region in January. Residents remaining prepared and exercising patience as the Bay Area takes the brunt of the storm.
PG&E will come and the power will go off, but it's going to be a long time, which is understandable. I'm sure they've got their hands full.
In San Jose, I'm Amanda Del Castillo.
A 1-year-old baby's in critical condition after a redwood tree crashed into a home in the Santa Cruz Mountains. Fire crews responded to the house on Bobcat Lane yesterday evening after receiving a report of a person trapped under a tree that went into a house. When they got there, they determined that winds broke off the top of the redwood tree that speared through the home, trapping the baby underneath it. Firefighters had to work quickly to pull out saws and cut the tree in order to rescue that child. The child was extricated and transported to the hospital. That baby is in critical condition.
When the first arriving battalion chief was on scene, they identified that the individual was penned by a large, basically redwood top from a tree that had speared through the house, and the patient wasn't going to be able to be removed without removing that tree. So we had crews on top of the roof and inside the structure in the living room where they were ultimately cutting away that weight and removing that through off the patient and then rendering aid as quick as they could to control the situation.
4 other people were home and they will be displaced. You can track the rain, the snow, the weather conditions, and these cold temperatures as they impact where you live. Just download the KCRA3 app and go to the weather tab. You can also use the interactive radar to zoom into your community.